So good evening, everyone. My name's Anitra Ford, and I have proudly served on the BBBS Board of Directors for 4 years. All my life, I've been a big believer in the power of youth. So volunteering on the BBS board has been a natural fit. It's incredible to know that the time and effort I dedicate to serving has such a big impact, whether it's volunteering at an event or helping shape policy. Every moment leads to a brighter future for a Franklin County child. I don't serve alone, though. I have the privilege of working with an incredible group of people who share a common goal: to ignite power and potential within the kids of Franklin County. That is why it's my honor to present to you the nominees of the BBS Board Member of the Year.
I'm Nancy Gifford. I have been on the board of directors for 24 years. Currently, I live with my husband. My son is a college senior and he's not at home right now. However, he attended board meetings as an infant and has been part of all the events that we've done all the way through all his life. I was working at the YMCA as the Membership Marketing and Communication Director at the time in November of 1997. And it was Dick Colgan, longtime board member, who approached me and said, "You need to be on the board of directors at Big Brother Big Sister." And I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" He said, "Well, we have a meeting once a month and, we do some fundraising and we look out for kids." And I went, "Okay."
I'll tell you why I thought and what the results were, why she is a good board member, is because number one, she is really dedicated to youth, the teenagers and the people, especially the YMCA kids are in and out. She was great with the kids. She was extremely dedicated to youth. She is smart. She was completely dependable. She'd be at every meeting. She'd be on time. She'd be at every activity. I figured out over the years, her serving on the board, she had to be to at least 400 meetings.
And so I went to that November meeting, and I don't think I've missed very many meetings at all in the last 24 years. So right now, I am an instructional assistant at Greenfield High School. And so I work with students, I work with anyone in whatever classrooms I'm assigned to. And having been on the board for so long, I've also gotten, you get to know students one-on-one. And there are, I don't know how many that are current littles that are at the high school that have come up through the program or maybe started when they were in middle school. But a lot of times they'll see this that I have on the other side. And so they're like, "Hey, do you work for them?" "No, I'm on the board of directors at Big Brother Big Sister." And they were like, "Oh, I'm a little." I just had goosebumps just saying that.
Having a long-term board member continue to serve is invaluable. I've been on the board since 2013 and been able to work side by side with Nancy since then. And just the little nuggets of information when we get stuck as an organization have always been very, very helpful.
One adult and one child, if we can save just one person and point them on a good path, then we've done what we do, and we've done it right.
My name is Mary Rawls, and I have been on the Big Brothers Big Sisters board for 4 years. I started in 2018. I work for Greenfield Cooperative Bank, and I'm the compliance officer here. The bank encourages people to work with the community in various ways. This is one of the ways I can do that. It's one of the ways I enjoy doing that. I am one of 3 board members that are bigs in programs. I have been matched with my little since they were in high school or in middle school, and they are now a senior in high school. I think I am that trusted adult for her that she can bounce things off of. And I'm that parent that gets to have fun with them, but without all of that parental duties and roles.
Mary is invaluable to the fiscal responsibility and management of our agency. Our checks and balances really require someone on the board of directors to have strong financial background, like Mary, but also understands the vast differences between business and nonprofit, financial management. The fact also that Mary's a big sister is incredibly impactful to looking at the big picture of financially how we function as an agency.
So Mary is like the heart of the Big Brother, Big Sister board in Franklin County. She is there to participate in everything we do with the biggest smile on her face. And she's there for everyone and there for everything. We're really lucky to have Mary on our board. Not only does she come and help and give, she has that wicked brain that helps us with all of our details that we need answered. And she really helps make good decisions in the executive committee. We're really lucky to have her.
You can always count on Mary to show up, whether it's volunteering at an event we have, or needing to bringing her family to something that we're doing, or sharing a post on Facebook or social media. Mary's there for us 100% every single time. She just shows up in all of the ways that are important and all of the ways that feel minimal and not very important sometimes. She sees the value in the big picture, and is just someone you can always count on. If you need something from a board member, Mary can always be counted on.
I guess I would just like to help continue the good work that is being done by Big Brothers Big Sisters, and however I can help facilitate that.
And what would you say to someone who is thinking they'd like to serve on our board?
Come join us, it's lots of fun.
I have been on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Franklin County for just about 3 years now, and yeah, that's it.
And who do you live with here in Franklin County, and do you have children in our program?
Yeah, so I live in Greenfield, which is in Franklin County, with my wife Sophia and our 2 kids, Raisa Bell and Izzy. Raisa is 11 years old, and she is currently in the virtual program at Deerfield Academy, but she is also very excited to meet her big in real life in April.
What brought you to serve on the BBBS Board of Directors?
So a while back, about 3 years ago, I guess, GCC and Franklin Federal First Credit Union were having a pitch competition to sort of pitch business ideas that you were working on. And at the time, I was working on a venture called BusyBox, which I'm still working on now, but I've changed the name to BISO. And the whole concept of BISO is that it's a business in a box for kids. It sort of uses the same entrepreneurial tools that are used in higher ed, but to teach kids about entrepreneurship as well. And Jennifer saw me pitching there, and she was like, oh, this is awesome. Just sort of the energy and sort of spirit of what I was trying to do. She thought I would be a good fit for the board. So BISO is all focused on making and selling greeting cards. But cards, there's very specific holidays, and it's a product that people need to buy anyways, right? So there's actually a job that they're trying to do. So we started piloting a project with Big Brothers Big Sisters where bigs and littles, board members, even folks from retirement communities all colored and put the cards together, and then they were sold on a donation basis in different locations. My big dream for while I'm here is to figure out that widget, right? And not just for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Franklin County, but if we can figure out a widget that could work for every Big Brothers agency across the country, like that, to me, that seems like a game changer, right? I have a I have an 11-year-old who's been in the program for just about 3 years as well. So I think that there's huge value for, I see it happening with my own kid. So that's one piece. And then the other, so the widget piece is something that I'm really interested in. And then the other piece is also sort of breaking down this like sort of stigma that like you have to be in desperate need to be in the program, right? Like my daughter wasn't in desperate need, but I can see how much it's helped her having a mentor, right? Like business people try and get mentors all the time. They're not desperate, they're not starving, right? But like there's huge value from just having mentors and people that are a little bit ahead of you. I see how much just talking to an older person that's not a parent has helped her.
So, wow, that was incredible. I applaud and congratulate the nominees. But for tonight, there can only be one winner. Other than the kids of Franklin County, congratulations to the board member of the year, Mary Rawls.